out there, he going to be good to go?
Yeah, it looks like he's good.
Are you willing to say what you're going to do with Khalid?
No, I'm not going to talk about lineup.
How's Samuelsson doing?
Better. Had a good skate this morning, early. He's in a better place. I wouldn't rule out the weekend for him.
Ryan Johnson and Jacob Bryson seemed very effective early in Monday's game. What did you like about them as a duo?
I think to be effective, you got to be predictable. When you put a pair out like that, just keep the game simple and keep the puck going north.
What you expect from a third pair a lot of the time?
Yeah, a lot of time that's what you're looking for. Sometimes a little bit of special teams, or you're looking for just consistent play that doesn't put you in trouble.
What do you expect from Ottawa without Brady in the lineup?
I think again you're looking. There's still enough skill there. I don't think they're looking at that as an excuse. Every team is dealing with injuries. There's a lot of teams dealing with injuries. They're looking for scoring in other areas, obviously.
Lindy, how do you get McLeod to his game? He's struggling.
I met with him yesterday. Got to get inside. It is the bottom line with our group. He's got to get inside. Got to be more competitive on the inside.
How about defensively?
Defensively, same thing. It comes down to getting into people. Not good enough.
When it comes to like the decision you're weighing with Kulik, or sending him the message yesterday, like how do you pick your spots as a coach? How have you learned over the years, like especially when you have probably a handful of guys that aren't going right, that you could choose to send a message
for
to?
sure.
Like, how do you kind of pick your spots with that?
You meet with guys. I haven't really met with Cooley. Put him on that line to see what the reaction would be, how hard practice was going to be, how hard you're going to work. Other guys I've met with personally. Like I said, this isn't about Kulik. And if you really want to know, he's playing tonight.
So you liked his response to skating on that?
No, I want to see his response tonight. It's not about one guy. We just mentioned McLeod. We could mention Zucker and McLeod. We got lots of guys in that category. It's not about one player. It's not about Kulik. I have met with those other guys. I am going to talk. Seth has had conversations with Kulik, and I've had conversations with lots of other guys about if we're going to be better, we need to play faster, and we need to get inside. Our defensive part of our game is good. Our penalty killing is good. Our offensive tenacity. If you just hit the goals from last night around the league and you just watch goals, it's more about tips and getting in front of the net. It isn't about pretty plays. You're going to find 80% guys getting to the net and deflections and plays that result in goals because pucks are bouncing around.
The first period against Colorado, you got that from the Thompson line. They were around the crease the whole period and almost scored a couple of goals. How do you convince not only them but the guys, all right, we got that, but we need that for 60 minutes?
Well, again, we were that. I thought we were that. But our problem last year wasn't scoring goals. Our problem was keeping it out of our net. We built big leads in games. It's being a consistent team. That's part of being consistent. You got to just keep repeating. If you don't get rewarded, you just got to keep repeating, and eventually you'll get rewarded for it.
What do you need from your centers in particular, particularly with Tage moving to center on the top line?
Well, I think we've struggled in the face-off circle. First of all, if I want to look at just one of the parts of the game is our face-off percentage has got to go up. If you look at a guy like McLeod that was over 50% last year, I think he's at 34% right now. You look at that difference, that amount of time that we have to spend chasing the puck around. And then in the key areas, if you're losing that face-off from penalty killing to power play, what a big difference that makes. And then it's the centerman has the biggest responsibility in our end, or on any team's end, when it comes to defending. And it's just being in the right place when you're defending.
And his numbers weren't great in the opener, but you're feeling the absence of Norris face-off wise in general, right?
Yeah, yeah. But other guys have to pick up the slack. Like a McLeod has to pick up the slack. Krebs has to be able to go in and take draws. I think the guy that, the right-handed draw, Danforth has done a pretty good job through the preseason and through these games in the face-off dot for us.
How does a centerman work on that? Is it like studying other centermen?
That's
on
part of
film?
it, yeah.
Or is it just practicing it?
No, that's part of it. I think you've got centermen in the league that'll counter and block you out and use their feet. You've got to be aware of that. There are guys that are just trying to win it just on pure quickness. So it's a combination of putting that, it's a study by each centerman, knowing that I'm going up against this guy. How's he winning draws? How's he taking draws? We started to get ourselves to a better place. I think we're behind the 8 ball on that. Thanks.